Hello everyone, Kathy here. Welcome to another prenatal yoga session with me on my channel, Yoga by Kathy. So today's class is focusing on the core, so not just our abdominals, but our entire trunk from our shoulders all the way down to our thighs. So not only is it important to have a strong core outside pregnancy, but during the process to help support the growing belly during pregnancy, as well as speed up post-pregnancy recovery. So this class, we're going to be taking you through some safe exercises that you can do ideally for the first and second trimester. If you're in your third trimester, please take the modifications that you need and use any props that you might find helpful. Consult your physician or healthcare provider before you start any healthcare regime that might not be suitable for you or depending on your healthcare situation. Blocks. So for this class, we're going to be using some blocks and straps. If you like to use a cushion to make it more comfortable, make more modifications for yourself, feel free to grab those as well. When you're ready, let's get started and we'll meet on the mat in a seated position. Remember, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what trimester you're in, what weeks you're on, and anything else you'd like to see or work on in the future, any questions you might have about different exercises during this special time of your life. All right, let's get started. So let's begin in a seated position, nice and comfortable with ankles crossed. You can sit up onto a block or a bolster. Just make sure you have enough support for your hips and your knees. Let's take a moment to center our bodies, preparing for practice. Bring our awareness and attention to our breath, to our minds. Let's take one hand over the belly, one hand over the chest. Breathing in through the nose, allowing your belly to rise, chest to lift. Slow exhale, breathing out through the nose, all the way down into the pit of the belly. Finding a soft rhythm to your breath. Allowing your inhales to match the length and depth of your exhales. Breathing out a little bit slower and a little bit deeper. Remember to never hold in your breath during our practice. Always find a fluid, soft rhythm to your inhales and exhales. Providing nourishing breath to the body and to your baby. At the end of your next exhale, is open the eyes, take a big inhale, sweep the arms up, interlace the fingers. We're going to press the palms up, extend through the elbows, reach up nice and tall, gentle bend side to side. Keep your sit bones rooted on the floor as we move through some lateral movements. And coming back into center, nice and slow, release, and we'll flip over onto our hands and knees into a table position. From our tabletop, let's walk the feet out. Hip distance apart, shoulders over the elbows over the wrists, hips over the knees. Let's start with a few cat and cows just to warm up the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Nice deep breath. Lifting the chest, stretching the spine as you breathe in. Exhale, tucking the tailbone under, chin towards your chest. Three more just like this. Last time, inhale, stretch, look forward and up. Exhale, tucking in. Coming back into center. We're going to take an inhale, press down to the hand, Extend your right toes back, point the toes and extend. On the exhale, we're gonna round knee to nose. Inhale, kick back, look forward. Exhale, pull it in. Imagine your knee is hugging in, wrapping around your belly as you tuck. Come in for a self-hug almost. Last one, inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to chest. And let's lower. We'll switch sides. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Look forward. Exhale, round. Start to move with your breath. Find a rhythm. Connecting movement to the breath. 2 more. Last one. And lower, coming back into center. Finding your balance, reset your table. We're going to lift the right leg one more time. On the exhale this time, we're going to extend the leg out to the side for fire hydrant. Inhale to center. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, kick the leg out, squeeze. Bring it back, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. So moving with your breath. Squeezing the glutes. Sweep the leg back. And round it out, knee to nose. Let's do 3 here at your own pace. Moving with your breath. Two more. Last one, nice and fluid. Keeping your breath steady. And bring it back into center. And we'll switch over to the left side. So let's take an inhale, kick the left toes back. Exhale, take that leg out, squeeze. Bring it back into center. Exhale, round, knee to nose. So again, try not to rush the movements. Be mindful as you move through each breath, connecting it to a movement. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, open. Back to center. Round, hug it in, knee to nose. Last time. And dropping the knees down, let's come to center. From our table, let's stretch out the wrists. So a quick second here, turn the palms up, top of the hands down. We're going to shift forward and back a few times. Release our wrists, the back of the hands. You can take your hips into some circles. Swaying side to side. And let's release. We'll curl the toe, lift the back knee up, come into a wide downwards facing dog. So walking your feet out to the edges of the mat if you need, depending on how big your belly is. Let's try to accommodate by taking the feet a little bit wider if you need to. Taking an inhale here, exhale, slowly lower the heels down, bend as much as you need into the knees. And let's look forward, slowly walk the feet to the top of the mat. Keep your feet nice and wide. We're going to come into a ragdoll, nice and easy, draping forward. And releasing the hands. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Let's roll up nice and slow. 1 vertebrae at a time, coming up into mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, we're going to bend into chair pose. Dropping the hips back. Keep your feet wide. So walk your feet about hip distance apart. Weight is pulling back into the hips, into the heels. Inhale, lift up. We're going to bring the left leg up. Hold here. Exhale, lower, sink back into your chair. alternating side to side. Inhale, coming up. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, drop it down, sink back. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lift. Left leg rises. Exhale, slowly sink back into chair pose. One more on each side. Finding balance, staying nice and stable, moving with control, dropping the hips back. Right side. And exhale, release, coming to a forward fold. Hands on the floor or your shins, whatever feels best for your tummy. Inhale, let's take a look forward, finding halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back. In. We're going to bring the knees down to the floor for modified low plank chaturanga. So take your knees out a little bit wider than you normally do, so keeping our knees hip distance. We're going to look forward. Exhale, elbows bent. Come into our push-up. Inhale, press up. Exhale, shift back. Almost like wide-legged child's pose. Let's do this again. Inhale, look forward, coming up onto your knees. Exhale, modify push-up. So staying on your knees, lower halfway. Inhale, press up. Exhale, shift back, child's pose. So working on our arm strength as well. If you like, you can place a block in the center for a little bit of support, so that as you come forward, your sternum rests onto the top of the block. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend, touch down halfway or onto a block. Inhale, push up. Exhale, shift back. Last time. And shifting back, remove the block. And we'll lift up. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Taking 3 deep breaths. Now let's take it. Inhale, we'll send the left leg up. Look forward, top of the mat. Windmill. Let's come up to stand, warrior 2 position. So left toe is pointing forward, right foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Let's stretch the arms out, bounce a few times into the hips. Allow your front knee to come over your front ankle. Finding 3 long, steady breaths. Looking over your front, middle finger, soften the shoulders. Let's drop down, bring your forearm down onto the thigh, sweeping right arm beside the ear, extend a side angle. Gently supporting your belly if you need with your opposite hand. Inhale, let's come up. Straighten out the legs, reach the arms up, triangle. Exhale, sink down, warrior 2. Coming forward, extend a side angle. And back up to center. So we're flowing through these 3 postures. Warrior 2, extend a side angle, and triangle. Try to match your breath to the movement. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale. Coming up, triangle, sweep the arms up as you breathe in. Exhale as you sink down. Extend a side angle. And triangle. Last time. Keeping with your breath. And coming back to center, windmill the hands down onto the floor. Finding balance on your fingertips. Let's take an inhale, sweep the arms up. High crescent lunge. So as you exhale, bend into your front knee. Allow that front knee to come over the ankle. Gaze steady on a single point. Now let's gently bend from side to side. So right to left, working on your balance as well. Stretching a bit into the obliques. before we fire up the legs again. All right, coming back into center. Keep your gaze steady. Exhale, we charge forward, runner's lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, charge forward. Allow your belly to come a little bit off to the side so we're not crushing our thigh over our abdomen. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, charge forward. Last time. And I'll take your hands down towards the ground. Step it back. Downwards facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Shake out the hips. 3 deep breaths. On the next breath in, we'll take the right leg up. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Look forward, step it forward to the top of the mat. Drop the back foot down. Let's inhale, windmill ourselves up into warrior 2 position. So our right toes are pointing forward. Left foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Stretch your arms in opposite directions and let's bounce a few times. Allow your hips to relax. Front knee over the ankle. Stretch the arms out, opposite direction. We'll start with 3 breaths. Center our bodies, preparing for the posture. All right, dropping our forearm down. Inhale, sweep the left arm all the way up, extended side angle, bicep close to the ear, fingers charging forward. Supporting your belly if you need with your right hand. And let's inhale, straighten both legs, come up, flip both palms, reach up, triangle. Exhale, sink down, warrior 2. Coming forward, extended side angle. And back to stand, stretch up, breathe in, triangle pose. So moving through these 3 postures, connecting breath and movement. Let's do 2 more rounds at your own pace, moving with your own breath. Strengthening our glutes, our thighs, the lower portion of our core. And release, coming back to center. We're going to turn to the top edge of your mat. Drop the fingers down, finding your balance in runner's lunge. So coming up onto the ball of the back foot, right toes pointing forward. Inhale, rising up. One's your balance. Bounce a few times into your hips, stretching out the left hip flexors. Let's reach the arms up, breathe in. On the exhale, we're going to charge forward. Keep a bend in that front leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward without resting. Our belly is over the thigh. So we're not going as far as we usually do. Just looking for that line from our crown of the head towards the back heel. 2 more. Strong legs, stay balanced. Last one. And exhale, take the hands down and we'll step back into downwards facing dog. 3 breaths in your downwards facing, dropping the chest, walk your feet out to allow the belly to drop down. Shake your hips side to side, whatever feels good. And let's come forward, bring the knees down towards the ground. From our table position, we're going to walk up, take your hips over the knees. We're going to extend the right leg out to the side, dropping your left hand towards the floor, finding a modified side plank. So staying on your bottom knee. Reach the top arm up, and then sweep it up overhead, bicep close to the ears, palms facing down. So make sure your shoulder is directly over your wrist. Let's take an inhale, find your balance, maybe float this leg up, finding your side plank. On the exhale, we're going to crunch in, knee to elbow. Inhale, kick and extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Finding length through the rib cage as you take deep breaths in, and on the exhale, find a gentle compression, knee to elbow. Last one. Coming here, we're going to bend the knee, reach behind, grabbing for the top of the foot. Let's give it a stretch out in our kneeling half moon pose. So kick the hips forward, press the chest towards the front as you kick back, arching through the back of the heart. And let's release, bring it back to center, and we'll switch sides. Left leg out. Come up, set up for your balance. Make sure your hips are over the knees. We're going to drop our right hand down onto the floor this time. Lift that left leg once your balance. Stretch your arm up overhead, setting up side plank. Remember, you can stay here, foot on the ground, lifted, or come into our side crunches. Breathing and stretch. Exhale, we're going to bring knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Moving with the breath, nice and easy, no rush. More important to keep the body oxygenated, breath is flowing. More important than doing at this point. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. 1 more time. Finding balance. And let's release. Bend the knee, reach behind, grabbing for the top of the foot. Let's kick back into our half moon pose. Stretch out the chest, the hips, and the shoulders. And slowly, let's release. Come back to the middle. Making your way back into a tabletop position. And let's take a seat, swing the feet forward, setting up for a reverse tabletop. So walking your feet to the edges of the mat, turn the fingers so they're pointing towards your toes, about 3 or 4 inches behind your sit bones. Inhale, we're going to press down into our hands, into our feet, lift the hips up, squeeze the knees towards the center line of the body. If it helps, grab a block. We're going to place it in between the thighs to keep our balance. So let's take a deep breath in, drive the hips up. Exhale, lower down. If you can, hover, try not to lower all the way down towards the ground. If you need to, take a full seat. Inhale, let's lift. Exhale, lower, hover, or all the way down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time. And let's hold at the top for 5, 4, deep breath, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way back down towards the floor. Grabbing for your shins. Let's round through the back, counter stretch. Lean back using your hands to resist. Tucking chin to chest. And let's release. We're going to take 1 forward fold in butterfly. So walk your feet out nice and wide. Keep your toes in front. Gently bowing forward, using your arms to press down over the thighs. Try not to compress too much into the belly. If you're just starting your prenatal yoga journey with us and you have a lot more room to go, feel free to come all the way down towards your toes. Otherwise, staying in a position where you're comfortable. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. And gently let's lift all the way up, grabbing a block, and let's make our way down onto our backs. So while it's not typically recommended for pregnant women past 20 weeks to stay for a long time on our backs, we're not spending too much time in our supine position. We're going to be adding on a little bit of movement that'll take us from lying completely flat into bridges. So grabbing your block, place it in between your thighs. Walk your feet back until you can touch the back of your heels with your fingertips. Let's press down into our hands and feet. Drive the hips up, coming into a floating bridge. Squeeze the block with your knees. As you exhale nice and slow, roll down the length of your back, upper, mid, sacrum touches down. Inhale, let's lift. Exhale, slowly release upper back, mid back, low back, sacrum to the floor. Moving with your own breath, let's take a few more flows. If you're pretty good without the block, you can remove it off to the side and try to come up onto your tippy toes. Option to lift the heels off the floor to drive your hips up even higher. Remember to squeeze the knees together as you come up. Last challenge, if you're up for it, if your body's feeling good, remember to not push yourself too much beyond your usual range of motion, is to come into one-legged bridge. So I'm going to pull in my left leg and maybe extend up and lower all the way down on the exhale. And remember to switch sides. So inhale, rolling up, coming up onto my tippy toes maybe. Pick up my right leg, extend, and come all the way back down towards the ground. All right, let's give our knees a hug in, keep them wide. As you rock side to side, release that back bend. Cross your right ankle over the left. Let's give our legs a quick stretch. Reach underneath, grabbing for the shin or behind the leg. Reclining pigeon pose or figure four. Stretching out the outer hip. Now let's switch side, left over the right. And release. Let's flip over onto our left side, pull the knees in towards our chest, rest our head over the arm in fetal position. 3 deep breaths into the space behind our hearts, in between the shoulder blades. And give ourselves a push. Inhale to come up, back into seated. Sitting up nice and tall in a comfortable position. We're going to end our practice with a short breathing technique called alternate nostril breathing. So this is a great breath technique to practice if you're feeling a little bit stressed or feeling a bout of anxiety come on. Great way to lower the heart rate, lower our stress levels. So keep this in your arsenal of tools whenever you feel like you need to calm down, de-stress anytime, not just during your pregnancy, but for your day-to-day as well. So let's sit comfortably, sit up tall. We're going to take our right hand in front, bend our index and middle finger. We're going to take our thumb towards the right nostril, our ring finger to the left nostril. So we're going to breathe in by pressing down through the right side, closing the nostrils, and then exhaling through the opposite. So I'm going to alternate opening and closing with my thumb and ring finger. So let's give this a try. Placing your thumb over the right nostril, take an inhale through the left. Close with your ring finger, hold. Open your thumb, exhale through the right. Breathing in through the right nostril. Close with your thumb, hold. Exhale, open through the ring finger. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. We're going to breathe in for a count of 2 this time. So 1, 2, inhale, hold for 1, 2, exhale for 1, 2. Inhale through the left for 1, 2, hold, 1, 2. Exhale through the right for 1, 2. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the right through the left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the right for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round for 8 this time. Breathing in through the right for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the right for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently release. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's take an inhale. Reach the arms up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Tucking the chin in towards your chest. Thank you so much for joining me in this core session and our mini breath meditation. I hope you find both of these helpful to you throughout your pregnancy journey, and that you can tap into some of these movements and breathing techniques whenever you feel like you need a challenge or you need to de-stress. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me in another prenatal session. I hope you enjoyed it, and you'll find some exercises that you can take away with you and work it into your daily practice. Remember to hit the subscribe button to receive more weekly videos just like this straight to your inbox. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment in the section below letting me know anything else you'd like to see or work on in the future. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to receive more videos just like this straight to your inbox. Thank you so much. Until next time, namaste.